she was just like being dry. Like I was talking majority of the time. I'd make jokes and like she'd like barely laugh or like fake laugh. And like she was just dry, was not reciprocating the energy whatsoever.
I got one question. I mean, you said you were telling jokes. Were the jokes funny? And that could have been some of the reason why she wasn't laughing. Because let me tell you something about a joke. Even if a person doesn't want to laugh, if it's funny, they will angrily laugh at the joke. Welcome back, Motivation Nation. Welcome back. It's your host. Look, we're not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into this. This guy's supposedly saying some stuff that's completely out of bounds, and we're about to investigate and see what's going on. So let's see what he's talking about.
Every time of me dropping a girl off on the side of the road because she decided to go on a date with me to use me for a free meal. So I remember when I first got down here to Tampa, there was this Jamaican girl. She was in college and she's a rugby player. And I just remember like we matched, we texted each other back and forth on the phone. I sent audios, and then I decided to take her to the place called Armature Works in Tampa, Florida. I know a lot of you guys that are not in Tampa don't know what that is, of course. But long story short, I took her out on a date, and like even when I picked her up and just a car ride on the way to the place that I took her to, like she was just like being dry. Like I was talking majority of the time. I'd make jokes and like she'd like barely laugh or like fake laugh. And like she was just dry, was not reciprocating the energy whatsoever. Like it almost seemed like it was just pretty obvious that she didn't even care to be there. Like her energy rubbed off so much, like she only like got out of the house and came out with me just because she was bored and had nothing better.
I got one question. I mean, you said you were telling jokes. Were the jokes funny? And that could have been some of the reason why she wasn't laughing. Because let me tell you something about a joke. Even if a person doesn't want to laugh, if it's funny, they will angrily laugh at the joke. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. Or maybe your conversation was not interesting to her. I don't know. I'm just saying. But when you said they wasn't laughing at the jokes, that's generally on the comedian, not the audience. But that's just from my experience doing stand-up comedy, okay? If the people ain't laughing at my jokes, I got to get back in that lab and write. But anyway, let me let you go on.
Like that's literally the energy like it gave. So then once we arrived to the place, we're walking up and down, the river walk or whatever, and like we're having conversation, getting to know each other a little bit. Like she's just still being kind of dry, still barely like reciprocating the energy, you know, like it's just she had no conversation skill. So then I ended up taking her to this rooftop bar and like got us some drinks, and once again, like it was the same old. Like I'm talking majority of the time. I'm carrying the whole conversation. She's like barely responding. I mean, well, she eventually started to like talk a little bit more, laugh a little bit more. So like she played her part and progressed a little bit, maybe on purpose, so I wouldn't like obviously catch on to her being super dry and noticing that she only came out because she was bored.
Well, see, I have to stop right here. This is why I say in so many videos, why it's so very, very important to have conversations with people on the telephone before you actually take them out and get to know them. Because had you actually talked to this lady and spent some time on the phone talking to her before you guys' first date, then you would have felt that dryness. You would have felt that already over the phone. And you would have known not to even embark on this date. And now you feel played about how much money you spent because that's where you're going with the video because that's why you said she used me for a free meal. Now you feel played because you didn't know who you were dealing with. But anyway, let me let you continue. But that I had to stop there because you have to talk to people, in my opinion, ahead of time. I mean, that's the way that it was done, back in the day. But anyway, let me let him ride.
Then I ended up taking her to this taco restaurant, right, like literally right next to my neighborhood, and we get tacos and like we get food, and I asked to get us some to go boxes or whatever, and then she said I thought we were dining in. I said no, we'll just eat the food back at my place,
What?
and like also have some drinks because I had drinks at my place.
What?
And she got an attitude and was like, I'm not coming back to your place on the first date. Now, mind you, I spent like $100 something that day, like just on drinks at the rooftop bar and like food at the taco place, like all of that shit added up, and like you know some of you guys are probably gonna say that's not even a lot of money being spent, but like that actually is $100 can still get you. It can get you a lot of shit because some of you women like to say like, oh, this amount of money isn't that much until you keep it for yourself and you use it for yourself. But back to my point, I was just amazed that like she said it with the attitude and like like I
As she
wouldn't have been
should.
mad if she still came over and like she didn't let me like smash. Like okay, but the fact that she was just like, I'm not coming back to your place, but you rode in my car,
She don't
and not
know
only
you.
that, but like I try to give you a great experience. I was like carrying majority of the conversation, and on top of that, like I spent over $100 something like on both of us. So long story short, I was fed up with the fact that like she was just being dry majority of the time.
Hold on, let me stop him right there. Even though it's a little bit left, I got to stop him there. See, this is the problem, and this is the mentality with these with the younger generation. You think that someone is entitled to go back to your apartment on a first date, and you don't even know this woman, all because you were dumb enough to go spend $100 at a place that you obviously couldn't afford on her without knowing her. You're an idiot. You're stupid. And no woman should go back to an apartment with a man that she just met, especially one that she obviously does not like. That's on you, dummy. Dumbo. Why would you even put yourself in that position? And now you're upset with her because she doesn't want to go back to your place and eat tacos and have drinks? What fool would go back to a place with a complete stranger like this anyway? And your justification is because she's riding in your car. Hey man, listen, whoever taught you the game, you need to go back and slap them and curse them out immediately. And you need to be retrained because this ain't how you go about getting a date with a woman. This is not how you go about progressing with a woman. You feel entitled, dummy. You ain't entitled to nothing because you done spent your money, dummy. This is absurd. This can't be a real story. This guy's a fool. Let me let him finish and then we'll give our closing remarks. Jump down in the comments and let me know what you think about this foolishness thus far.
And just giving off the energy like she just only came out because she was bored. So what I ended up doing was I acted like I had to go home and let my roommate in because he was locked out. So what I did was I ended up going to my car, told her I'd be right back, and I left her ass in the taco place. And not only that, but like when she left her cup and her jacket in my car, I threw it in the back of the Mexican restaurant. So I left her ass, and then she ended up texting me saying, "Wow, you're funny for what you did. Can I at least get my jacket and my cup back?" And I said, "No, you can't get shit back because that $100 something that I spent on both of us, you don't plan on paying me that back. So yeah, no, fuck that."
So not only you don't even live by yourself, so now you want a girl who you just met to come back to your apartment where you have a roommate. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Hey, listen, man, this video is so stupid that it's even hard to make rational commentary on it because this is completely irrational. The young lady was 100% correct in what she did. And I'm glad that you didn't go back to the apartment with this guy because no telling what was actually on his mind because he feels entitled to whatever he wants after he spent more money than he could actually afford on tacos. That's what I heard here. And that's just stupid and that's not becoming of a mature man. He has a lot of work to do and he's going to struggle in this dating scene very much so. And this is not going to be his last story time, I'm sure. But if you guys get another one of him, don't bother sending it to me unless it's better than this. Because this guy's an idiot and he deserved everything that he got on that. And he's going to continue to get played because that's not how you handle a first date with a young lady. That's not how you handle a first time encounter with anybody for that matter. Even, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say about that because that's just stupidity at its finest. This is a prime example of being stupid going wrong for him. And now he's down 100 bones. And she's laughing at him. But anyway, that's it for this video. Look here, man. Y'all saw what I saw. You heard what I heard. Jump down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Out.